हाय।
I'm in Edinburgh right now.
कहाँ पे हो?
Edinburgh.
हाँ।
है ना? मैं घूमने आई आज Edinburgh.
Hey.
She's waiting. Who is waiting? She's waiting.
बच्चों को हॉरर से लेके जा रहे हैं। उधर देख, उधर देख, मम्मी को देख, उधर 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 बेटा उधर।
ఎక్కడికి వచ్చాం నాన్న మనం ఇప్పుడు?
ये यार
टूर करने जा रहे हैं क्या हम? हाँ जी तो
हाँ
మీరు బస్ టూర్కి వెళ్తున్నామే. ఊరు మొత్తం తిరిగి తిరిగి చూసేద్దామా? అవునా? నీకు ఇష్టమా? అప్పుడు కార్లు ఎక్క.
So we are leaving the new town because Edinburgh is technically a divided city. This is the start to pin. Is that a joy? No, you're going to be really joking.
మంచి చూస్తున్నాడు బయట అన్ని.
So this is going to be a very special bus tour today, ladies and gentlemen. These two ladies have volunteered to say that took all the passengers to the exhibition. It was a fantastic success. The skyline over there, the brand new skyline, that's the former Royal Infirmary of Edinburgh. Some of the taller buildings you're seeing over there, and during the festival, the French festival, we'll come down here and we'll see a large marquee. Some rather strange
మంచిగా ప్లే గ్రౌండ్ లాగా ఉంది అక్కడ అంతా.
performers from Bangkok.
ఇప్పుడు గాడిపించుకుంటూ అన్నం పెట్టేసి.
They're known as the Lady Boys of Bangkok. But they're very, very
చూశాను. మీరు వాడు కూడా ఆడుకోవచ్చు అట్లా. వాడికి అన్నం పెట్టేశాక
పుట్టినప్పటి నుంచి ఇది ఆట ఆడుతున్నాను కానీ
స్ప్రింగ్ లాగా అట్లా
ఆడుతున్నావా?
ఎట్లాడాలి ఆట? అంతేనా? చిన్న పిల్లలకేనా? అవునండి. షర్ట్ కింద పెట్టండి మంచిగా. శ్రీకన్నా మంచి కూర్చో ముందు దాకా పెట్టండి వాడిని.
ముందు కూర్చో పడగల
శ్రీకన్నలు వాడు అందులో నేను ప్రతిదీ నోట్లకి. ఒరే 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 అవునా? మెల్లిగా మెల్లిగా ఊపకండి, మళ్ళీ వామిటింగ్ అవ్వగలరు. ఇప్పుడు తిన్నాడు కదా. ఎంత హాయిగా కూర్చున్నావురా? నవ్వుతున్నాడు మంచిగా.
For opticians and ophthalmology. And then we have here the Braidwood was the first fire chief. He was later poached by the Council of London to form the London Fire Brigade. But this was the first fire, and it got to the ears of our gossip columnist at the Scotsman newspaper, who approached and said, well, why? And her answer was, well, if she'd sold him her home, he would have lowered the tone of the neighbourhood, because she remembered he used to pose naked for art students. It shows you how long a memory some people have got. Here's the castle coming up, the more modern side, the Georgian barracks on the left, dating from the reign of George III. Then the Grand Hall and the palace on the far. Look in the wall beneath the Grand Hall, you'll see the vaults with windows where prisoners of war were housed. The first. And she was asked one day by a rude daughter if that bothered her. Quick as a flash, she said, no, not at all. He's an archaeologist. The older I get, the more interested he becomes in me. The building known as the Hub, now the headquarters of the Edinburgh International Festival, and we're now turning into Castle Street, which takes us all the way up to the Esplanade. Behind this church is a building called Bothwell's Court, but it's got a lovely restaurant in it called the Witchery. Well named. Witches were burned here at the stake, burned alive if they were found guilty of being a witch. The building behind the old Castle Hill School is the Whisky Experience, where you can learn about making of our national drink. And then a little quaint building here called Cannonball House, so named because it's got a cannonball lodged in the wall, fired by accident from the cannons of the Half Moon Battle entrance there. On the left-hand side, a man by the name of William Wallace, better known as Braveheart. And on the right-hand side, of Robert the Bruce. If you've seen the film Braveheart, please pay scant attention because it has no historic value whatsoever. Those two gentlemen never knew each other and never fought or worked together at all. Behind it is the Half Moon Battery, which was built in the reign of James VI to give more protection to this particular aspect of the car. He felt that God had spared his life when he was hunting down in the Holyrood area and had the Augustinian Abbey founded in the 12th century. So that's the link between these two chapels, the Rood in 1829. The oldest building in this square is the one you see here on the left-hand side, known as Gladstone's Land. Thomas Gladstone acquired this in 1617, although it was built about 1550. It's still got authentic key and made an impression on it. And he'd give that to a locksmith who was one of his gang members who'd make a copy of the front door key. And a couple of months after his fame, honourable man by day, both Dr. Jekyll and of course Deacon Brodie, but by night, vile criminals. So it was twice in the sisters in a cathedral. Started off as a chapel in the 9th century hall, but Tolton, also known as the Heart of Midlothian, the subject of one of Sir Walter Scott's books. And then ahead of us here, the Bank of Scotland building. Spanish, Lobos means wolves, so the wolves live here. And many people feel that the modern ongoing basis. In fact, they predate the Bank of England. It's a fantastic museum in there, which again is free of charge. And we make our way down and get a lovely view of our two galleries once again, standing on the mound. That mound that they stand on, made up of nearly 2 million cartloads of rubble that were dumped here when the foundations and the cellars of all the houses in Newtown were built. They dumped that rubble there to form a landmass on which the road and those two galleries stand. And then of course a lovely view again of our monument to Sir Walter Scott.
Hey. Hey, చూడు శ్రీకాంత్ ఎండ వచ్చేసింది ఎండ yeah.